All right, I was trying to do this again so I can experiment a wee bit more. And I wanted to do it. I had this whole setup outside. Um, and it just didn't work out because the sun is beating down so bright today, which is surprising in Cleveland. But it just washed out my screen and washed out the video. So I think if I do an outside one, it'll have to be an overcast sky or it'll have to be towards evening. I think that's what I might have to do. So anyway, here I'm just practicing again. So if you join, just bear with me because there's a lot of things I'm trying to do. Hey, Randy. So I'm just trying to mess around with some stuff. Yeah, we do have a nice day. That's for sure. All right, I'm going to see. Hold on. Some screens let you share audio. Screen sharing is easiest with two monitors. I just wondered, okay. Again, we're just experimenting here. I'm just looking at all the different things I can do because I'm a novice to this. Your browser has blocked your screen. Click the screen icon in the address bar to. Can you guys still see me? Am I still on? I think I am. Doesn't say that I'm not. Wait. Solo layout. What does that mean? Okay, you can still see me? Okay. Because, again, I'm just trying to mess around with this. Why does it say solo layout? Oh, I got it. Okay. Because that's why I'm doing a solo layout. So if I was to do a split screen, I need somebody on here. Okay. Again, I'm just trying to mess around. Rich, Cheryl, Sherry, Mr. Esako. Esako. Am I saying that right? Osako. Yeah, so we're just trying to figure it out. Working on a lawnmower motor for my friend. Do you have any advice? Get an electric. I stopped screwing around. I bought that Honda, $400, $450. I think it was $450 or $425 with tax. It was many years ago, and I've had nothing but problems with it after the first 4 or 5 years, and I replaced 2 carburetors. And it's still not working right. And a couple of people have told me it's the gas that we put in it. And I put in decent gas, but as long as you have the crap in the gas, it's going to screw up the carburetor. So I bought the Ego. I bought the Ego mower, and I've been happy with it. I know it doesn't help you, Craig family, but that's what Buzz did. Now that was $600, but I'm going on. I think I got to look this up. This is my 5th or 6th year, and the battery's fine, man. I keep the battery inside the house in the wintertime. No. Osako. Forget it. Hey, mister. You know how Buzz is with with his pronunciations. So, solo layout, press shift 1. What does that mean? Shift 1. Yeah, I already got that. Okay. Again, still learning. But yeah, I like this Ego mower. It's worked out really well for me, and it's got self-propel, but I don't use it because it's so light. The Honda has that big metal deck, and this Ego is I guess you call it plastic, fiberglass combination. I don't know, and it's so light that I can push it. I can do the front yard, the side, and the back, pushing it without any self-propelled, and it works fine. And I can usually do my whole yard on one charge. Normally, I don't do that. I'll cut the front and the side, and then another day I'll cut the back. But on days that I want to get it all done at one time, that's what I do. Yeah, hey Greg, they do last. Absolutely. At least mine has. Now again, I put my battery, I don't leave it out in the cold during the winter. I put it inside the house. And I don't know if that helps or not, but that whole freezing and thawing, I don't know if that's an issue. Um, some people say they leave theirs out in the garage, unheated garage all winter. I chose not to do that. I mean, why? Just throw it in the house and put it in the basement or your workshop or wherever you have a spare area, and just this small battery. It's not that big. Stick it in a corner somewhere, and then in the spring, charge it up and get going, get cutting. Yeah, so and it's so nice too because I don't have to pull the thing. I don't have to. It's just so much easier in for me for retirement, and the older I get, it's so much easier and it works. I was afraid, it's like a gizmo that's not going to work. It's kind of oh, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. And I thought, nah, I don't know. But I spent the money on it. And, like I said, 5-6 years ago now, or four, no, it's got to be at least 5 years. I want to say 5 years, but I'm going to look up the date when I bought it. I think it was 5 years ago. Thinking about getting electric after the tariffs go away. Yeah, I mean, most, a lot of stuff is in stock now, which tariffs won't affect if you buy the current stock. And a lot of companies are absorbing the tariffs. Either the country that's sending it is lowering their price, and then when you add the tariffs, nobody talks about this stuff, or at least I don't see it because I don't watch that much news. But think about this: if you were running a company and you knew that you had product, your widget that you're selling it for $2, and people are buying it, but there's competition out there that $2.10, $2.20, but they're buying yours because it's $2. So then they put a tariff, and that makes that price $2.30. So you're going to go to the one that's $2.10 or $2.20. So what you do before you send your product, you lower your cost so that it's the same. So a manufacturer could do that. They always say the United States pays the tariff. Well, not necessarily, because there's different ways to look at that. But I'm thinking if I'm a company, I'm going to reduce my price internally because I'd rather keep it the same so I have volume than to let it go up and not have the volume and less sales. So there's a lot of different ways to look at that. And I know General Motors came out that Mary Barra said that she wasn't going to impose any extra costs on a GM car. Well, because they're pretty expensive as they are, and they're going to eat 14 million, or maybe it was higher than that, but they were going to eat that cost. So every product you look at is going to be different, I think. Now, I don't shop for stuff like that. I haven't had to shop for anything that came from overseas yet. So I don't know what the impact's going to be, but we'll see. They will bypass the tariff like they did in the 70s. Yeah, and that could be too. There's so much behind the scenes stuff that we never get told. No matter what you watch, you're not hearing all the. So basically, what you have to do is you have to go to the store, and if you know your Chinese product, as an example, like if you buy clothes, a lot of it comes from Vietnam, a lot of it comes from Cambodia, a lot of it comes from India, a lot of it comes. We don't make too much in clothes here in the U.S., although there are a lot of companies that. I buy my jeans from All American Clothing. Yeah, they might be an extra $10, but they're a lot better than Levi's, which was outsourced. I grew up on Levi's, but that's been outsourced to another country. So screw that. I'm just going to buy All American Clothing. I'll get my jeans from there. Every stitch, every thread is made in America. And why not? I'm at a point in my life where I'll spend the extra buck. Now, if I was younger and, scraping by with the kids and everything, then it could be a different story. Then I want cheaper products, and yeah, they might go bad after a while, but you know what? It's going to be that initial cost is what's going to make me want to buy it as a young person with a smaller paycheck. Hey, Gary, we love Ego products. Have the mower, edger, blower, and trimmer. Wow, you got the whole thing. I thought about the blower, but when I bought this mower, I got it from Lowe's. I didn't really see all the other stuff. I think it's been coming out over the last 5 years. And so I bought a Toro. It's called a Power Clear Toro. I'm looking right at it over there for my driveway, which isn't that big. And I've got half concrete, well, 3/4 concrete and 1/4 gravel. And I try to keep the Toro off the gravel because it just ends up shooting the stones into the neighbor's yard or into my yard. And then I got to bend over and pick up these stupid stones every spring. So I try not to do that. Your video yesterday was awesome. Well, thank you. I just get these things in my head and I just start talking about them. Life's too short and our yard guy needs the money. Hey, that's another thing that people are doing, because once you get older, it's my father-in-law. He had a great guy. This guy would come out, he would mow, he would pick up all the sticks. He really cared about what he was doing. And he was charging them. Now, my father-in-law had a pretty good sized yard, and I think he was only charging them $40 a cut. I'm pretty sure, because he was a senior, and this guy was, he drove a beat up old truck, but he had nice power equipment. He had I don't know if it was a Cub Cadet but a 42-inch or 48-inch mower. And he did a really great job for $40. And he also plowed snow. So he was a real good guy, and it worked out really good for my father-in-law. So yeah, if you're stopped and you're spending $80 to $100, $120 a month, it's just for the summer, that's not bad. Think about if I just paid $600 for the Ego some years ago. That could technically be. Well, how much would you spend? You would spend. So say you did 2 cuts. That's 80. How many? Yeah, you probably have to go 6-7 months, depending on where you live. So I guess that's not cheap if you hire somebody out. Yeah, it's not cheap. Yeah, so I'm still practicing around with this. So bear with me as I look through I don't want to, there's also a link down there. I didn't put that link there. It's for the StreamYard. I didn't put that link there. If you can't take the link off unless you have the paid version, which you lose the StreamYard logo. You can put your own logo up. You can do all kinds of things with the paid version. But I think when I was looking it up, it was like $239 or something for the year. And I'm not ready to do that. It's just, to me, I'm not doing that. But just so you know, the link that's down there, you don't need to click on it or anything. I'm not putting it there. So, because I know 10 people clicked the link, it said, but you don't need to do that. Right. Scott, the logo's up there. Yeah. Like I said, if I paid for the full version, I can get rid of the logo. And I've decided right now, I've decided not to do that. I need to see what this can do, what it can't do. Does it make sense to continue on with this? And again, the whole purpose is to get people like you to come on, which you can't do, at least I haven't figured it out. You can't do with YouTube. YouTube Live does not give you the option to add people. So that's the only reason I'm trying out the StreamYard. I caught you working, Slim, huh? What are you doing? We send grains to Canada, export them to China. Yeah, this, I don't, I don't get into all this stuff because there's so much behind the scenes that we're never going to know. So that little snippet that the media tells you is nothing compared to what's actually going on. So I mean, it's nothing at all compared to what's going on. It's so superficial that I can't even, it's hard for me to even get into it because we all know, I think we all know, there's so much under the carpet. There's so much hidden in the shadows. There's so much wheeling and dealing that goes on that I think we'd actually be amazed if we actually knew everything that was happening. So I don't worry about it. But again, when you go to your store, how much did that shirt cost you yesterday and how much does it cost today? And that's the true tale. Where's your Buzz coffee cups? Hey, I'm working on it. I actually had Chat GPT draw me up a file, PNG file, transparent PNG file that I can start sending over to Printful to see if I can get some stuff printed up. Now, Printful doesn't have any really nice mugs, so I'm caught between a couple things here. Some of the ones that these one-stop shops that take the art, put it on for you, let people order direct through Printful, they ship it to you. They do everything, which is a nice thing to do. They don't have a great selection. That's the problem. And I think it was Amsterdam where I found this one mug, this art for a mug I wanted to do, and I like their mugs, but they will send you the mugs and you got to ship them out to your people. So I'm trying to figure out the best way to do it. Well, I'll get something going eventually. I'm working on it slowly but steady. There's nothing wrong with shopping at thrift stores. That's what I said the other day, Stardust. Salvation Army. I have one near me. As a matter of fact, I took some jeans that were, I had some Levi's, and I was stupid, really stupid. I had some Levi's. I wear Levi's 550s because I'm old. And I had some 505s because Sam's Club and Costco, that's all they sell is 505s. And maybe one day they were fine for me, but they're not any longer. So I took them to the Salvation Army, and half of them, I probably bought 6 pairs over the course of a few years and rarely wore them. You don't ask me why, but I did. I just bought them. And I ended up, instead of selling them, I just sent them to the Salvation Army. And so, yeah, and it's a big place we have near us. And I have no problem at all going there because I want to look for some sweatshirts. The only thing you can find now is hooded sweatshirts, and I don't want a hooded sweatshirt, but that's all the kids wear. I just want a regular sweatshirt. So I want to go there and see if they have any regular sweatshirts, and maybe I can find some other clothes that I might like. Trying to finish a bathroom and paint daughter's bedroom when oh, that's what you're doing? Yeah, I was trying to order some flooring. I picked out the flooring that I kind of liked at Home Depot, that Life Proof or Lifeguard or something like that. I don't know. Life Proof, I think. And I'm going to order that because I'll have the subfloor in and I'm going to put that down so I can get the toilet back on and, get the vanity in and just, start. I'm at the end now. And the one I liked, I spent all this time and we're talking, me and Mrs. Buzz are talking back and forth. And the one I like, I go on to the Home Depot page and it says it's discontinued. So, oh boy. Been working on my deck in the back, stripped it and getting ready to seal it. That's a big job too. So you must have some good weather where you're at, Gary. Just jumped in while my paint is drying from the toolbox I bought. I went to 60 garage sales. 60 garage sales. Wow. That's great. 60 garage sales. Last summer, I didn't go to any. That was my first summer off, 47 years. And that's one thing I didn't do is go to a garage sale, but I hear you. Now, Steve, are you one of those that gets there like If they open at 8, you're there at like 7:30. Are you one of the early birds where they have to put the sign up that says no early birds? 100 for the year. Holy cow. Yeah, man, that's a lot of, because they only do garage sales normally in the warm weather. So you're doing 100. That's almost one every other day, basically, right? Nope, not early. Okay. No, you can buy some. There's some good deals out there. There's some good deals out there at some of these people. If you get there early, because I love looking for Christmas ornaments. Um, the old 1950s and 60s ornaments, but the problem is they know what they got, and they either sell them to an antique store. Um, they normally you won't find them. I found one a couple years back where the guy had a bunch of stuff, and I did buy a lot from him. But uh, most people, unless they're elderly and they're just cleaning out their attic, they and don't want to deal with it. Most people they know what they're worth. You can get $4 or $5 for one ornament. 60s, 50s, and 60s ornament. $4 or $5, $6 is not unusual to get that for one ornament. You love the Christmas ornaments, vintage Stardust? Yeah. Yeah, Peter, I'm experimenting with this live this StreamYard stuff. Hey, 401k Dexters, how you doing? Did those Dexters have any babies yet? I haven't caught up to videos today. Although I did see who did I see? I saw Dwayne's today, but I didn't really see anybody else's today. I've been kind of running here and there doing some stuff. We actually got some fair weather out here today. No calves yet? Okay. Yeah, we got some fair. I know you said you're going out there every couple of days now to the ranch stead or whatever you want to call it. Because it's going to be pretty soon. Arizona 280 zone. How you doing? Old radio dude. You got Minnesota 68 Minnesota. That's good. That's good. You guys are warming up too. We're at 67. Yeah, so we're right there with you. Normally I go to 100 a year, but I figured 200 this year. People are cleaning out stuff they don't use more this year to make extra money. That's a thought. That could be. I have not seen them. Now, I usually on Facebook, I put my, like on Facebook, they sell in the community. They have a lot of posts where they're selling stuff. So I guess that's the equivalent of a garage sale. But it's mostly just junk. And you normally don't see the good stuff. So I do try to make it specific for certain things that I'm looking for, but that's no fun because garage sales are, oh, look at that, man. I'd like to have that, and you're not thinking about it at the time until you see it. Like an old toolbox, I could use one more toolbox, for my overflow from this one. So, but I wouldn't think about that. You had 5 days of rain. Everyone in Southwest Ohio is out doing yard work. Yeah. I think that's what my neighbors are going to be doing. Although most of them got to cut their grass before the rains came. We had 2 or 3 straight days of crappy weather. So, but I think this weekend is going to be nice. So they'll be out all weekend. You got 67 in Georgia. Huh, that's good. Yeah, so Stardust, check this out. And I should show them to you guys. I mean, because I like this kind of stuff. Glow in the dark ornaments from 1960. Was it? I think it's 1960 something. They're glow in the dark. What's the name of the brand? See, maybe I'm losing my mind now. What's the name of that brand? I can't think of it. What's the name of that? Somebody has to tell me. Why can't I think of it right now? 67 is San Clemente. Maybe if I look it up on my phone. Old Christmas ornaments. Shiny Brights. Yeah, I knew it would come. It would come to me. Shiny Brights. Mint box, mint ornaments, glow in the dark Shiny Brights. Try to find those. Try to find those. That's my favorite ones. I don't even display them. They're in the basement. They're not catching any light. So I don't want to lose the, what is it, phosphorescent, whatever you call it, not fluorescence, phosphorescence. I don't know what the technical term is, but I keep them in the dark. But I've bought some C7 Christmas lights, strands, brand new, still in the box. What am I going to do with them? I don't know. Probably end up selling them. I know my daughter won't want them. So, although she took my other aluminum tree, I have three aluminum trees, and one's just junk. But she took my one that I won the blue ribbon at the fair. She took that one, so she had that one put in her house. I thought that was kind of cool. And she didn't buy a wheel for it. You could buy all kinds of lighting stuff now. So she bought, her husband bought a light to shine on the silver tree. And I guess I didn't get to see it in person, but it looked pretty good at night anyway. I saw it during the day, but not at night. And it looked pretty good. 68 in California. Boy, we just got all kinds of 68s everywhere. You'd love to find a silver tree. Boy, I got some deals on the ones that I got. But now, man, you can get some nice ones. $800, $1,000. They're just priced like, if you ever find a nice aluminum tree in a garage sale, buy it. Steve, you hear me? Hear me, Steve? If you see an aluminum Christmas tree, buy it. I'll drive down and pick it up. Especially if you can get it for $100 or less. I'm telling you. You had a box of old big bulb Christmas lights for 50 cents. Yeah, those suck so much power, though. They suck so much power. And I went to the LEDs, but the LEDs I don't like because the LEDs that came out were just so bright and they just didn't reflect the same colors. So I did a couple videos of True Tone bulbs. True Tone, they actually did side-by-side matches with the C7s and C9s, which are the small and the big. They did side-by-side comparisons on the color from True Tone to the old vintage ones, and they were almost identical. I mean, they were so nice. And now Menards, Captain Billy's store, they actually, and I bought some last year, which I did a video on, they actually have some that are very, very close to the True Tones at 75% less cost. So True Tone, I feel sorry for them, but somebody's got the idea, and if they can buy in bulk, like Menards can, or their distributor, yeah, and hopefully it catches on, but they were a lot cheaper. Middle-aged grind, how you doing? Yeah, we're all close in temps. Rosemarie, yeah, I saw your comment the other day. New subscribers, Overcast 74. We're still in a drought. Rain skipping over. It's retired a few months ago. I've been decluttering and reorganizing. Well, that's one of the first things that I think a lot of people do. I know I did it with this garage. I bought a lot of those clear plastic totes. I don't like the ones you can't see inside, except that's where I put my birdseed and my peanuts, because the raccoons saw in the clear one, the raccoons could see the seed and the peanuts, and they tore the thing apart to get at it. So I have made sure that I have well, you could probably see it's a dark, let's see that one right there with the yellow, with the yellow top. That's what I use. Then you can see on the shelf, you see that clear one up there. That's what I use everywhere else. Or over there, you can see some clear ones that I have sitting over there. But decluttering, to your point, decluttering is one of the first things in retirement. I think a lot of people do. Okay, let's see. Does anyone else dream about jobs you had 40 to 50 years ago? Sometimes I do. And I just went back to and I haven't put the video out yet, but I went back to my old job last week. So I got to put that video together. It was kind of the interesting thing about that, and I'll give away one part of the video. In my old office, my calendar, I had a little calendar from, it's a nature calendar from state of Ohio. And it had the page up that said September 2023 when I retired. So nobody touched that calendar since September of 2023. And I thought that was kind of interesting. They don't use the office. After I was gone, they didn't use that office except for, they left everything alone because I had a lot of junk in there that they keep locked up. But no one was allowed to go into that office, or I should say no one was allowed to take that office. And now a few people tried and they weren't allowed to get it. And why, I have no idea. I never talked to my old boss and asked, well, why didn't you let somebody else use that? But, there was a lot of confidential stuff in there. They probably would have had to clean everything out and they didn't know where to put it. And it was just a hassle. So they just left it. And which was cool because when I went in there, now my chair was gone because I took my chair because it was something I bought. My coffee maker was still there. Which is an old Keurig that leaked and everything else. That was still there. I gave away my little refrigerator, but a lot of the other stuff was still there. So I have that video that I'm going to piece together. It was kind of cool. Are we expecting a guest? I don't know, 280 Zone. I don't know if we're going to do a guest today or not. I don't know because I wasn't going to spend a lot of time today on this. I just wanted to check out a few things. Like I said, I was trying to do it outside, and then move the computer around so you could see some of the springtime stuff here, but it was so bright and then I couldn't see the screen. So it's another thing that it's not going to work out for me. And that's not with StreamYard, but that's with any, if I was on a YouTube live, that would probably be the same way. My computer is not set up, I guess, to do that. I don't know. It was just way too bright. Now it's getting a little overcast. I could probably do it, but if the sun pops back out, I won't be able to see the screen. And I have the screen brightness up all the way as far as it can go. Love the ad. Ego mower because your shoulder doesn't hurt when you start it. I was so tired of that. Yeah, Stardust. I just had a dream too about being in the old house that we had. I get the same dream every once in a while, which is weird. You get it's like the same thing happens over and over again. And I was taking a tour of our old house, and I just thought that's just weird, why? And I've had that dream 2 or 3 times, so it's really strange. Hubby was a pack rat. Just lost that. Hubby was a pack rat with his tools. Used a similar system, but would forget where he put them. And you always knew. Summer here in Florida. Spring is short-lived. 80s for high. Yeah, you guys, gets warm down there. Hey, Alton, you're working, huh? I'm plotting to hold a yard sale in June, so the clutter has a chance. Hey, Martina, how are you? On my lunch break 50 years ago. I was 8. Yeah, you're a youngin'. You are a youngin'. The Fates Lieutenant. Dreams, not often, but every now and then. Snippets from my field work in Turkey 35 years ago. Wow. Some bits of electrical work. Not nightmares, just interesting jobs. Yeah, when I first retired, I started having all kinds of dreams. I mean, I was waking up remembering everything. Now, not so much. So it's been 18 months for me, and not so much. I every once in a while I'll have a dream, It's usually after I wake up. Like, let's say I'll get up at 5 or 6 and I say, I want to sleep another hour. It's that extra hour that I sleep. That's when I do all my dreaming. So to stop that, I just have to get up, I guess. You still dream about not being open your high school locker? Nah, I know I don't have that problem. I was in the Air Force 40 years ago. You dream about basic training. Wow. Somehow my socket sets always seem to have one or two missing. Now, I've been pretty organized over here. I mean, I still open this drawer, even though I've had this thing for a few years. I'm looking for a flathead screwdriver, and I have all those in one drawer. Then I have another drawer with the Phillips, and and some other one, the new torque stuff, and I opened the drawer thinking that's the Phillips one, and no, it's the flathead. So I can't keep that straight. As a matter of fact, it was really funny. Let me grab this. I bought two sets. I bought two sets of screws for my floor, and I got these construction screws. Now you see the head on that? So I bought these and another size. I thought it was the same one. And here's what drives me nuts. This is what it's called. And here's what's driving me crazy is that it comes with the special bit, which is great. I mean, but guess what? This doesn't fit. You know why? Because the other one that I bought, same thing, I thought, a little bit shorter, has a different bit. So this one has a T20, and I think the other box, I don't have it here. It's in the house. I think it's but now I got to keep a track of all these. Yeah, T20 or T25. Right. Now I got to keep track of all these stupid bits. Oh, man. I like this better than a Phillips or a flathead, but man, it's a pain in the butt to have to keep track of all this stuff, especially when they're so small. I lose these like nothing. And then you end up going to the store or going on Amazon and buying some more. I know I'm getting crotchety in my old age, huh? Whining about little things, but that's what we do. But yeah, T20 or right, middle age grind. It's crazy that that they have all these. It's like the old VCR Betamax crap. Here we go again. Or Apple and Windows, right? Or Apple and Android and Apple. It's always something different. And I guess that's okay. You just have to know what you're buying. And I should have known what I was buying if I was smarter. So does anybody want to jump on for 5 minutes? We won't spend too much time. We'll try this out one more time. Any guinea pig volunteers? We'll just do one, and we'll go back and forth and talk about your retirement if you have retired. If not, that's okay too. As a retired cabinet maker, yeah, it's weird. Hey, I got a cabinet, Carlos. I gotta look for the pictures real quick. Who grew up with grandparents from the old country? Latvia for me. Oh yeah. Hey, you know what came up on my Facebook page? I was going to show you this real quick. It came up, it says 7 years ago, because I took a picture from the highway. This was 7 years ago. If you could see, that's hard to see. But that was me in traffic 7 years ago, shut down. The highway was shut down for some reason. And I saw that picture and I thought, man, I'm so glad that's not me anymore. because I captioned it, going to be late for work today, and I was. That highway was shut down for a while, and boy, that's stuff I don't miss at all. I just don't miss that at all. So, Carlos, let me see if I could find this picture. I probably deleted it. I'm going to bet you I did. I'm almost positive I did. But it was I'll have to hit you up on an email or something. It's a cabinet that we bought with the table a long time ago. So if you're a cabinet maker, you probably know who made this. It was a company in Michigan. They're out of business now, I believe, but I just can't remember the name of it. And I don't have the picture. I'm sorry. I think I deleted it out when I was doing some purging, but I'll have to send it to you. Retired from teaching 10 years ago next month. Wow. 10 years. I got 18 months. My grandma was born in a log house near Lima. Oh, cool. 1894. Mike McLean. Can't wait to retire in 5 years. Thanks for all the content. Well, I appreciate you guys coming in and watching. Really helps me out. It's a little bit of a part-time job, but it's the funnest part-time job I've ever had. So, I mean, it's great getting to talk with you guys and girls and just going back and forth and, break up the day. And, it's really cool. It's really cool. I mean, I couldn't even imagine doing something like this years ago. I couldn't imagine it. Out in the garden planting potatoes. Yeah, I got to work on I'm going to run to Home Depot today and get some more wood for my raised bed garden. I got to get that going. I just got a lot of projects to do, and you see what I'm doing. But that's the great thing about retirement is you line up the projects in your head. You know what you got to do, and then your timeline is your timeline. You work on it for 3 hours today, or you work on it for 3 minutes. It's up to you. It'll be there tomorrow. Some things are time sensitive because of the weather. If you got outdoor projects, of course, you got to get something done before it rains or snows or whatever the issue is. But for the most part, you can just do it when you need to do it. You got some free time. You're feeling a little frisky. Go out there and saw some wood or whatever. That's the greatest thing. Playing hockey with our grandson now. That's indoor hockey, I hope, right? My grandmother rode a covered wagon from Missouri to Alabama. Wow. Yeah, my grandparents came over. So in Latvia, the Germans took over, of course, and then the Russians pushed them out. And I've told the story before, but my grandmother used to get red as heck when she would just get so flustered when she would talk about the Russians. The Germans, believe it or not, treated them well, according to her. I mean, yeah, they occupied their country, but they weren't idiots to them. Now, again, don't take this the wrong way, but she said that when compared to the Russians, when the Russians came in, there was some crazy stuff happening, she said, and she would get really, flustered. But then they came over, and I actually saw the bill of lading, if you want to call it, at the Statue of Liberty, Ellis Island. And what they did was you would have to have a group or person that would sponsor you. So they sponsored them, church group, a Lutheran church group sponsored them in Pennsylvania. So that's how they came with, she was my mother, her sister, 2 brothers. So it was 4 of them. And of course, my grandmother and grandfather. So 6 of them came over. 1947, might have been 46 or 47. I'm not sure when they came over. I could be wrong on the date, but and that's how they started. Hey, bathroom's not done yet. I'm sitting on the here, I'll show you. There's my subfloor right there. If you can see it. I'm going to cut that. I'm going to cut that today. But that's what I was talking about. Let me get this. Hopefully this camera settles down again. See, it gets affected by the light. That's what I was talking about. I don't want to take the toilet off until I have all my stuff ordered and ready, because we're working on the floor, ordering the floor. It's not in stock at Home Depot, the one we want. So we have to order it. And I was looking at a different one today, and I wanted to get that, and it turned out that that's discontinued. So once I get the floor, then I can put the subfloor, have the toilet off, put the subfloor in, get the tile down, mount the toilet back up, and I'm good. Then I can get the vanity in, the tub, and I'm pretty much done. Mud the walls and paint, and I'm pretty much done. And basically everything else is just hooking everything up. Light bar and vanity and medicine cabinet. I'll just have everything hooked up, so it'll actually start looking like a bathroom again. Stucco patch around a new window installed 3 months ago. You just get into it, huh? You sound like me. Yeah, what's the hurry? Trying to decide about paying for YouTube if it fits into my. What do you mean paying for YouTube? You mean YT is YouTube? You're trying to decide about paying if it fits into the budget? Oh, you mean for YouTube TV? I just started my 7th year of retirement. Wow, you got to retire at 55. Good for you, Daryl. And you're staying busy. That's the key. All right, World War II, the first wave of soldiers that liberated Berlin warned everyone that the Russians were coming in behind them. Very bad time. Yep. Yeah, they were, according to her, now this is just her talking, they were nasty. They were nasty. What'd you miss, Angela? Oh, you missed so much. It's unbelievable. Tim, I didn't watch the game, and I'm probably glad I didn't. I've been hearing some things that, they're comparing it to the Game 7 losses with Chicago and Florida Marlins for the Indians back then. Man, I'm glad I didn't watch it if that was the case. Minnie, how are you? Took 18 years to install the window. Man, we could be brothers, you know that? Yeah, we'll show you the finished project. I'm taking pictures of everything, and I'll do a video. Yeah, basically for me, I'll do a video, or I'll put all the pictures. I'll do like a collage of pictures before, during, and when it's finished. I mean, it's not a fancy thing. It's just getting to it. You have 2 months retirement under your belt. Okay, so you're still a rookie. You're still going through a lot of emotions, more than likely. It took me about 4 months to finally really start settling in. But that's me, Your mind's still going 100 miles an hour, but your body really doesn't know where to go and what to do. Like your body doesn't match your mind. Like you always think you have to have something to get done because that's the way you've been trained for 40 years. And all of a sudden, it's not vacation anymore. It's I don't have to do this. And it's hard to detach. That first month or two, it's hard to detach. It really is. But you will. You just woke up from your 10 minutes, I'll bet. How about an hour, 10 minutes? Today is your 42nd day. That's right. Yeah, you said on your 40th day, you were doing some kickboxing or something, right? And I wondered if you were sore from that, Angela. Similar story with my grandfather's immigration from what was Hungary, Austria after World War I to Southwest PA, and then finally Pittsburgh. Yeah, similar. I think I don't know how many people came to, but a lot of people came to these churches, and a lot of them were Pennsylvania. I'm sure there was many, many, many other places, but I found that interesting that there were so many that came to Pennsylvania and Ohio. But that's the ones I've looked up, so I'm sure they've people went everywhere. But that's just what I've looked up so far. I am on Ancestry, but Ancestry, I just have the free version. I don't pay for that. Man, they want so much money for that. But they have so many interesting things on there. But they tease you with it too. Like, hey, here's the manifest, and you go to click on it. Well, it's only $39.95 a month. So, and I haven't done that. But I did put my DNA in there. Luckily, I didn't do it with the other one that went bankrupt. I'm afraid of what's happening to that DNA, but I don't really care. If somebody wants to clone me or use my DNA to make a Frankenstein, I really don't care. I don't. Back to work. See ya. Now we're not doing any Amazon. That's only on Saturdays. This is just an experiment. How about that Dallas Stars Game 7 over? Yeah, I didn't watch that. This summer will be 5 years retired. I'm getting adjusted to not going to office. It takes some time, yeah. You're detached? Okay. Hey, Mike. Mike, how you doing? Hey, Kelly. Not sore at all. I don't get it. Since I've been working out with a personal trainer, I haven't been sore. No clue. Well, yeah, I mean, you're better than me. If I was doing it, I'd be sore. Bees are swarming my fruit trees today in southern Alberta. What, you have apple trees or what do you have? Sounds like apple trees, right? Or cherries, what? No, Mike, I was just talking about that. I tried to set this video up out by my bush out here, and I can't see the screen. So I was squinting and I couldn't see the screen, and I have the monitor up with the brightest it can go, and it's just not going to work out. It was all washed out, and it just wasn't a good scene. So I'll have to do it outside during an overcast or towards evening, dusk. But it is a nice day. We got, it says temps to rise Saturday. What do we got now? It's got, I think we're at 68 now. No, Angela, we're not playing. That's only on Saturdays. And occasionally here and there. Apple. Oh, so you got a whole bunch, Tom, huh? Apple, cherry, plum, and apricots. Cool. Earwigs are killing my garden. Really? 63 here in Wickliffe. Yeah, we're up a little bit higher. Usually it's on the bottom left of my screen, but I don't see the temperature. Where does it show me that? But I think it's around 68, 69. Let me see here. I have just a regular old weather app. 68 is what it's saying now. And we should be next Monday, we get up to 76 according to this. So I guess spring has sprung. Bye or hasta luego. Got to go wash my lunch container. Those retired. Hey, Martina, you got to get there one of these days. I know you've been following the channel a long time, and I appreciate that. And I can't wait till you retire. As a matter of fact, there might be a group of us. We'll take a van and go meet you for your retirement party. Yeah, the duck logo. Sorry about that, but unless I pay for the free version, I could take up a collection and pay for the free version. Otherwise, we have to look at the duck logo. $2.89 for gas at Costco. That's pretty good. Basically, the importer pays for the tariff, whether that is a U.S. manufacturer or retailer. Not necessarily all the time. The importer doesn't have to pay. The seller can reduce their cost. Nobody talks about that. But I just talked about that at the top of the show. The seller, knowing that he's going to get 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100% tariff, can reduce his charge to not make a difference so that people are still buying. And that's up to the seller to decide how they want to do it. Or they may not sell any product and they wait for everything to settle down. So there's a lot of, like I was saying, there's a lot of things we don't know, but I guess the bottom line would be if you're going to buy something from Vietnam or China or India or wherever, and you buy it all the time, and I would go see, one, if it's there, and two, what is the cost difference? And I'd be glad if you guys reported out to me what you see out there, because I'm not going to shop for that stuff. I've got everything I need. I don't need to buy anything. But those of you who are out there buying stuff that, yesterday it was $1.50, today it's $3.50. I'd like to know that. I'd like to see real world, not what people jabber about, but I'd like to see real world what we're actually seeing out there in the market. You got your tomato plants. I put mine out in the they were terrible. They were terrible. I screwed them up somehow. I had like 45 plants, and I'll be lucky to get 15 or 20. It's a shame. 90 in Central California. Yeah, so now you guys just going to turn on your air conditioners and for the rest of the year, right? Instead of saying tariffs, let's call it a tax. Again, it can go a lot of different ways. And I don't really care. But it can go a lot of different ways. And again, don't buy it. Like I said, my jeans, all American jeans, I don't need to go anywhere to buy. And I don't do politics here, but let me just say one thing. And no matter what side you're on, I don't care. Instead of worrying about how much you're going to pay extra for whatever your item is, how about we say, screw it, we're not going to buy that product. We're going to support America, no matter who's in office. We're going to support America, and we're not going to buy your crap. We're done. We're done buying your crap. It breaks after 6 months anyway. We're done. So find it. Now, if you have to, you have to. I understand. Like you're talking about air conditioner. Every air conditioner is made overseas. That's going to be a problem. That's going to come in. Now, are they going to reduce the charge to send it here, their cost? Or is the importer going to absorb it? Or is the consumer going to absorb the air conditioner that's made overseas? Those are good questions. And I'd be really interested to see if you guys can tell me, maybe on Saturday Live, or email me. You see my email over here. And let me know, because I'll do a video about it. Again, not political, but I'll do a video about what we're seeing that's impacting us retirees or are about to retire people, and how it impacts us. I'd love to do that. Honey at Casa, Argentina, or Chile, or local. Right. Now, if it's local, and what's Casa going to do? Are they going to focus on more local stuff and pay maybe 25 cents more, or get the Chinese, whatever. I'll just use China as an example. Get the Chinese stuff and pay $1 more. So all these buyers now, they have to look and decide what they're going to do, right? And it's really interesting. I mean, I wish I was a buyer right now. I would love to see what options I have. Yeah, old radio dude. Yeah, 81 that for no right. That's pretty good. You're right. What time are we where's my timer on here? Oh, 59 minutes. Okay. I try to keep it at an hour. Over 100 this weekend here. Man, you need to come to Cleveland 280 zone. You have an air conditioner and swamp cooler. Swamp cooler is a lot cheaper to run, but only works. Yeah. Yes. We had one at work. Big one. It was huge. It stood 6 foot high. It was a big one. You hooked a garden hose to it, and it had a big propeller, I guess, big propeller on it, and it blew out pretty good because we had one area that people would sort parts, and it was away from the doors and windows, and we didn't have air conditioning in the plant. So a swamp cooler worked out really well for it, unless it was high humidity. When it's high humidity, it didn't work. So it didn't work well. Yeah, middle-aged grind. I want to learn more about how it's going to work, but we'll see. Seeds are really up this year. Gary, seeds have been up. That's the thing. Seeds have been expensive. I've been buying seeds for years and years, and they have been going up every year, especially from good places that have, decent heirloom seeds. The prices have been going up for years. This isn't a one-year thing. They have been going up. But I'd be curious, not to sound like a broken record, I'd be curious if you guys could report what you're seeing, because that would be interesting. I haven't noticed any price increases at General Chin's Tool Emporium. Was that Harbor Freight? Harbor Freight's a great example. I'd be interested to see. I kept my receipts for the stuff that I bought from Harbor Freight, and I'd be interested to see. And I might go in there just to do that, okay, I bought this drill. I don't have it. It's in the bathroom, but I bought this drill 2 years ago at, inflation's going to add to that, but I'd be curious to see how they're affected by it, because Harbor Freight, is a lot of it's coming out of China. So I'd be really curious. I know you didn't say Harbor Freight, but that just reminded me of it. Qbid 100. I'll look at the thrift store. I'm with you. Growing up, we always looked for made in the USA. Well, that's hard to do. It's hard to do. And I'm not going to sit here and say that's easy. Grateful for a dry, sunny retirement day in Toledo. Hopefully the same in Cleveland. Yes, it's nice, Tim. Your car's 2014, keeping another 4 years. Cars are supposed to go up. Cars have been going up ever since 2020. Because I wanted to buy that Ford Maverick pickup truck before 2020 hit. And they were selling those, the basic Ford Maverick pickup truck, you could get for $18,000. 17 to 18,000. It was basic. But it was a hybrid, and I thought, I've never had a pickup truck. I want this one. Well, then you had to get on a waiting list, and then COVID hit, and forget about it. Now, that $18,000 or $17,000 truck is $23,000, $24,000. That's just the way it is for the basic one. And now I've lost interest. Now I might get a used one, but I don't know what I'll do. Yeah, I hope yours gets going or stays going too. Big issues in the new refrigerant requirements. I didn't know about that. They already changed it. Well, of course I'm old. They changed it from Freon to the, what is it, something 57 or something, and now they changed it again. Is that what you're saying? Local honey is better. Yes, and we have a lot of it around here. A lot of people sell it. We notice our prescription that we picked up at Walmart increase in cost. It has doubled. Really? Wow. Okay. And again, China, India, Canada, that's the three biggest places that I understand prescription drugs are made. And that is kind of scary. I'd like to see manufacturing being done in the U.S. on that. That kind of scares me. Because if anybody wants to play games with us, they play games with our medicine, they can kill us without shooting a bullet. So I would like to see, that's if anything ever comes out of this, bringing back drug manufacturing to the United States would be a win, I think, if that ever happened. And I would actually pay a little bit more. Of course, with WellCare on Plan D, we pay $0, but I'm going to bet you that's going to change. I'll bet you that's going to change. But yeah, I'd love to see it being made in the U.S. under their principles and requirements, I should say. And Europe's not a bad place. Their safety requirements are actually more stringent than the U.S., believe it or not, from my exposure to it. But I don't know. From what I heard, my drugs came from, because the pharmacist tells me, they come from India and China. Those are the two biggest places. Some come from Canada as well, which Canada I wouldn't mind. That would be great. I like the idea of breaking it down and to see what you pay. Whenever you can buy American, Yeah, I mean, but most people, and I know I don't look, if I go to get a drill and I can pay $100 or $200 for an American made something, if there is one, and I could pay $100 for a Chinese one, I normally pay the $100 for the Chinese one because I consider it like a throwaway. Um, I mean, just a crazy example, but uh, I'm guilty of doing that over and over again. Trust me. Yeah, the young families to buy toys and baby clothes, and yeah, diapers. I don't know where diapers are made, but I think Kimberly Clark. I just saw an article that they're building another factory in the U.S. and they said they have 7 of them. I think Kimberly Clark makes a lot of the diapers, so I think they're U.S. based. Um, Remember the toilet paper shortage of 2020? I think a lot of that's when I learned that a lot of paper products are made in the U.S. I think I was going to say because of shipping costs, but they would be light. They would just be bulky. So you might not be able to make money on shipping those because of the bulk of paper towels and toilet paper. But I don't know. I'm not into overseas shipping. I don't know. Beautiful day in Napoleon. How you doing, Denny? Haven't used air conditioner in 8 years. We jump in the pool when it's hot. Really? What about fans? You got probably use fans though, right? I mean, that would make sense. Used cars are supposed to go up too. They're always going to go up. Can't believe COVID was over 5 years ago. Yeah. Hey, Noreen. Well, 410 is being replaced with Arthur. Extremely expensive. Why? Why are they doing that? Why do they keep doing that? Is it a EPA thing or what's going on with that? I was told that due to a shortage, I can only get 30-day supply. Oh boy. I got to pick some up for Mrs. Buzz. I don't know which one she's got ready, but I should go get those and talk to the pharmacist. We import the stuff used to make the toilet paper. Okay, that could be. That could very well be. Yeah, ceiling fans. Yep. Ceiling fans in all your room. Yeah, that's kind of scary with the drugs. So we'll see what happens. If anything blows up, it'll be about the drugs. That's for sure. Oh, you got a whole house fan? I was going to put a whole house fan in our house a long time ago. The EPA, Ross, middle age grind. The EPA dictated that we change again. I'd like to know why. I'm going to have to look into that. I'll ask Chat GPT. You did, Gracie. We're just about getting done here. So I got to cut this plywood up. So let me ask Chat GPT about. And I misspoke the other day. I think you do have to sign into this. You have to create a sign in, like anything, just anymore. I think I told Theo and people on the other live that you didn't have to do that, but I think mine just defaults to it now. So, but I must be like logged in. So what is this stuff now? Let me see. I'll just ask chat. Any changes to AC refrigerant? And Chad says, let's see, what does Chad say? Well, I call him Chad. It's Chat GPT, but I call him Chad. He's still searching. Yes, significant changes to the AC refrigerants take effect in 2025. The EPA has implemented to phase out the high global warming potential refrigerants, notably R410A, in favor of more friendly alternatives. Huh. So it's going to, like you said, R454B and R32, more environmentally friendly. Interesting. I'm going to put, does it cost more? Well, of course it will. It's a good way to. Tend to be more expensive. Well, we already knew that. Ah, interesting. I did not know that. Yes, there's still an EPA started in 1970 something by Richard Nixon. Oh, so your AC guy said last year. Okay, I didn't know that. Hey, Carl, how you doing? Yeah, I didn't know that. And geez, I'm going to have to get a new air conditioner eventually here too. That's the other big expense. $5,000 for the electric upgrade I did, and 10 to 15 for new furnace and AC. I know that's coming. So, yikes, yikes, yikes. Anyway, we're at an hour and 10 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and get off here. I just wanted to, again, practice a little bit. I wanted to do this outside, but the sun's just too bright for my screen. I'll have to figure out how to do that. Try 15 to 20 for a new AC buzz. No, Angela, I told you I can buy them online. You can get them on Amazon. If all you got to do is get a dude or a girl to be able to hook it up for you. And you can buy them on Amazon all day long. And there's other places that you can buy them from as well. So there's ways around going through the main gate. Now, I'm not trying to cut anybody's profits out, but there's ways to do it. There's ways to get around that. Just look at, type in, go to Amazon and type in large air conditioners or something like that, whole house air conditioners, and you'll see they got them. Now, are they trains or top of the line thing? No, but again, it's a Chinese product, I'm sure. So somebody's selling it cheaper. No, I did not, Noreen. We didn't do that today. I don't know a guy, but I did have 27 years ago. I had a guy put in my central air, and I should bring out that receipt. He worked for a company. Him and his buddy worked for a company, and according to him, his boss said that he can do stuff on the side, and he would get discount prices or cost, and then he wouldn't put the charge up as high as the company would. It was some kind of game that they were doing. I don't know whether he was truthful or not, but I got a nice, it's lasted 27 years with the air conditioner as well. And I have no problems, except I had to put that board in last year after 27 years, the motherboard, which was only 160 or 200 bucks, 300 bucks or something like that. It wasn't bad. But I know it's eventually going to go. So, but that's the only guy I knew. $500 toilet plumbing today. Doesn't surprise me. Doesn't surprise me. I told you, just to put the shutoffs on, 4 shutoffs on my lines, $600. I just like, wow. But they're plumbers for a reason. I mean, the trades are the trades. What are you going to do? The new refrigerant are flammable. Really? It's Wednesday, right? Dan, let me think. Yeah, it's garbage day. I had an AC guy that put my AC in on the side. Only thing, my son and I had to help him lift it onto the bracket. Yeah. My neighbor just had his done last summer. And I think he said, he didn't tell me exactly what it cost, but he said he just used the number $5,000. So, you could be right. If $5,000 for the AC and then maybe $10,000 for the furnace, about $15,000. It could be. And it's not going to get cheaper. After COVID hit, everything went up. All the prices went up on everything with the AC stuff. The $1 million bathroom. Yeah, you and me both. Hey, at least when I rented the truck to bring home this 4x8 plywood, Truck only cost me $23.60, so I was surprised by that. That was a good deal. The Home Depot truck. I think I did a short on that. If you haven't seen it, sounded like your private jet just landed. Oh, did one go by? We are close to Cleveland Hopkins. I'm surprised they haven't heard an ambulance yet. I was just telling somebody we're close to a retirement home, if you want to call it that. And usually you'll hear an ambulance, at least one a day, heading over there. Surprised we haven't heard that yet. Stick out your can. Here comes the garbage man. All right, guys and girls. Again, this was just an experiment. I appreciate you guys hanging out for an hour and 15 minutes. And we'll do this on Saturday night as scheduled, normally 7 o'clock. So I don't know. I still haven't figured out how to get StreamYard to notify YouTube to notify you guys. So I have to watch some more videos on StreamYard to figure out how to do that. And if not, we'll just use a regular YouTube. We'll see what happens. All right, Kirk, we'll see you. You guys take care. Enjoy the rest. It sounds like the weather's getting good for most of you. So enjoy the weather. Get some things done. Don't be like Buzz and sit around all day. Try to get some stuff done. See you, Doctor. See you, Carlos, Angela, and Sherry. 280 Zone. Thanks for being here. And well, guys, hopefully we'll get to see you on Saturday night. If some of you can stop by, Saturday night at 7. So take care. End stream. That's what I have to click. JNP, see ya. Rose, see you later. You're going to start dinner? That sounds good. I don't know what we're having tonight. Someone sent me coupons for Jersey Mike's, which was really nice. Buy one, get one free. I might use that coupon. That could be a good idea. All right, Johnny, take care. We'll see you guys.